Hi, this is Monica. So today's my topic is non-blocking commit protocol. So these are the topics we are going to cover in today's presentation. And our agenda is today's agenda is firstly we are going to focus on non-blocking protocols and their significance. And next we are going to look over the fundamental examine the fundamental properties of non-blocking protocols and introduction of centralized and decentralized programs. And finally, buffers and also buffer states and colonial commit protocols and their symbolic representations. And then finally, two-phase and three-phase protocols, commit protocols. So coming to the introduction part, let's talk about transactions. Transactions is nothing but action on the data that can't be divided logically. Transaction treated as indivisible and they ensure data integrity and consistency. So, and here, considering transaction atomicity is well understood in single site is that is nothing but one phase commit protocols. And so in this site, decides to commit are about when reading commit point or sorry, reaching commit point. But the major drawback is whenever more than one site is involved, the problem arises. So to avoid that, we use two-phase commit protocol. To avoid the drama, we use the two-phase protocol. So by looking at the image, you can come to know how the process is going on in these coordinator and participant diagrams. So this diagram is called two-phase commit protocol. In these two-phase commit protocol, we have two different types of phases. Let's say like prepare phase and commit phase. In this prepare phase, coordinator asks participants if they can commit. Participant responds with readiness. And in the commit phase, if all participants agree, like responding yes, the coordinator instructs them to commit. If any participant disagrees or fails to respond, coordinator instructs them to abort. So the outcome would be like either all the participants ensuring data consisting or other all are all about to maintain integrity. Here are the drawbacks of two-phase commit protocols. Coordinator dependency and blocking edge. In this coordinator single point of failure or coordinator dependency, the coordinator failure can disrupt the entire protocol, leading to single points of failure and uncertainty in transaction outcomes. And the next is blocking edge. Participant must wait for the coordinator decisions, causing potential performance bottlenecks and reducing reduced responsiveness in the system. This is termination and recovery protocol. One's also type in non-blocking commit protocols. The termination protocols it is initiated upon coordinator or participant failure in distributed systems. The active nodes collectively decide to terminate an incomplete transaction. It also ensures incomplete transactions which does not leave systems in uncertain states. And looking over recovery protocol, it is activated after a node failure or system crash, and also focus on restoring the system to a consistent state. And it also involves process like data restoration and transaction replay and synchronization. And it is avoided by failed sites to resume transaction processing. Okay, looking over the central site class commit protocol, or we can also call as centralized commit protocol. In this protocol, it is a type of commit protocol used in distributed systems. It involves a central coordinator responsible for managing transactions. And this coordinator coordinates the commit or abort decision for all the participants. So this is the main protocol which can uh, which can coordinate the decisions from the coordinators to the participants. So we have some properties which are be followed in this phase. So in this commit protocol, those are like single coordinator, and all other participants execute the slave protocol, and the slaves can communicate only with coordinator, not with any of the participants. Coordinator sends the same message and it waits until the response comes. And in also the centralized commit protocols, there are some advantages and disadvantages. Looking over the advantages, it makes a clear decision by a central authority, and it also simplified protocol compared to decentralized approaches. And the disadvantages of centralized commit protocol are, and the coordinator is a single point of failure, and the communication bottlenecks due to coordinator involvement, and it is a limited scalability due to coordinator's role in all transactions. So next, looking over decentralized commit protocols, and this is also a type of commit protocol used in distributed systems. It involves distributed decision making without a central coordinator, and there are also some properties for this. Every side communicates with each other side. Each side will send the identical message to every other side, then waits until it has received message from all its cohorts. And for these also we have some advantages and disadvantages. Let's talk about the advantages. Distributed decision making reduces the reliance on the single coordinator, and it also scalable as decision making is distributed among participants. And looking over the disadvantages, complexity in ensuring consensus among distributed participants, and it is a potential for conflicts and delays in achieving consensus. It is increased communication overhead compared to centralized approaches. Next, we are going to look over three-phase commit protocol. So the three-phase commit protocol is an extension of two-phase commit protocol used in distributed systems. Here we introduce an additional pre-commit phase between ready and commit phase. And so these are the ready and commit, and we introduce a new phase which is called pre-commit, which is used in three-phase commit protocol. So in the pre-commit phase, participants acknowledges their readiness to commit without actually committing. This extra phase aims to enhance fault tolerance and reduces the possibility of getting stuck in an uncertain state. So while providing improved non-blocking behavior during node failures, the three-phase protocol does introduce additional communicate complexity due to the added phase. So these are and we also have three different phases: preparation phase, pre-commit phase, commit phase. And now looking over the buffer states are fundamental components within various systems that involve data transfer and communications, particularly in computer networks and distributed systems. These states represent intermediate storage points where data is temporarily held before being further processed or transmitted. The purpose of buffer states is to manage the flow of data, preventing congestion and ensuring seamless communication between different components of a system. By acting as a temporary reservoirs, buffer states enable asynchronous communication between sender and receiver, and which accommodating varying processing speeds of interconnected elements. While buffer states provide benefits such as congestion mitigation and asynchronous operation, They also pose challenges like potential buffer overflow or underflow scenarios. So these are colonial non-blocking protocols. The concept of a colonial non-blocking protocol is pivotal in the realm of distributed system to ensure consistent progress even in the face of failures. So such type of protocols are designed to granted forward movement within the system without leading the deadlocks. Unlike traditional lock-based protocols that can result in deadlocks when processes contend for resources, canonical non-blocking protocols prevent such scenarios by allowing processes to continue functioning independently. This guarantees that as long as at least one functional process exists, the entire system will continue to make progress in these colonial non-blocking protocols, which finds application in critical systems like telecommunications, network, and real-time environments where hating due to failure is unacceptable. So, looking over the buffer state and benefits, it mitigates network congestion by temporarily holding data during peak usage. And it also allows asynchronous communication between sender and receiver. It provides a mechanism to handle varying processing speeds of different components. By comparing the both canonical non-blocking and buffer states, buffer state protocols, buffer state and canonical, it plays essential both plays an essential role in ensuring the efficiency of distributed systems. In the buffer states, it addresses the challenges of data flow management and asynchronous communication, preventing bottlenecks and facilitating smooth operation. On the other hand, canonical non-blocking protocols focus on maintaining progress and prevent deadlocks in distributed systems. So while buffer state regulate data transfer rates, canonical non-blocking protocols regulate process interaction to prevent stalls. Both buffer state and canonical non-blocking protocols contribute to the reliability and stability of modern interconnected systems. And here we need to see the symbiotic relationship between buffer states and canonical non-blocking protocols, which, which exhibits a symbiotic relationship in many distributed systems. Buffering mechanisms complement non-blocking protocols by allowing systems to temporarily store data during high demand or varying processing speeds, and it also preventing potential congestion and ensuring efficient data transfer. And canonical non-blocking protocols ensure functionality of buffer state by guaranteeing that even if some components encounter failures or delays. So together, these concepts address different aspects of distributed system challenges, contributing to the creating of robust, responsive, and reliable systems in various domains. That's for today, and thank you. Thank you.